What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always, spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what it is. The NBA playoffs is going right now. It is serious, and I personally got to get on my man, Easy Money sniper Kevin Durant. Hasn't been getting it done. Let's talk about it. So, Kevin Durant, easy money sniper. These Boston Celtics are really giving him a hard time right now. Are the Boston Celtics the Kevin Durant stoppers? That's the question we gotta ask. He has not performed up to par, no question about it. And full disclosure, Kevin Durant's my favorite player in the league. I'm from PG County, Maryland, born and raised in PG and DC. However, I gotta keep it real. Easy Money has not been getting it done. I saw a tweet from somebody saying, I don't know who this guy is, but I don't recognize him. And then Skip Bayless had a pretty funny one. Said, he said, he's Kevin Can't Durant in the game he previously played, the very last game, game 2 against the Celtics. The Boston Celtics right now are getting into Kevin Durant shit, pardon my French. KD usually doesn't have too many bad games, and I actually told some folks I know after the first game 1 performance that for sure he was going to show up in game 2 and have a great performance. I was thinking he'd shoot 50% or at least 45% from the field, and then also probably go for 30, 35. Because that's usually what happens, but that's not happening. So why is the question, are the Celtics digging in my man's grill so much right now? My thoughts personally, he's being asked to do some things he's not been asked to do in his career, and it's causing a little bit of confusion on his part. He looks not sure. Some people would say shook. I won't go there. I think he looks confused. I think he looks bothered, and he's definitely losing a little bit of confidence at times in moments in the game as far as his confidence on what his role is and what to do next on a specific play. Follow me. You see, Kevin Durant, when he was in OKC, he was asked to be a scorer, pass when necessary, but he was an offensive weapon, main first option, first goal. Even when he went to Golden State, a weapon used to score, even though he got guys involved from time to time. One of his main jobs, or his primary job, was to score. You had Draymond Green, you had Steph Curry, Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, a whole host of people to run the one. Since he's been in Brooklyn, Steve Nash has asked more of him. He wanted more. He's developed into a player that can give you more. And to his credit, he showed, especially down the stretch, getting Brooklyn into the 7th seed that they ended up in, that he's an all-around player. Kyrie called him the PG from PG. He can get guys involved. He can play 1 through 5. He understands how to set up an offense, but his primary, his go-to, his default is get a bucket. Now we have the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are hovering all around him. They doubling, they tripling, they definitely reaching, they definitely clawing, they hawking this man right now. And when they're doing that, they're bringing it in waves. Their head coach, who used to be a coach for the Nets and got some experience working with Kevin Durant, he's bringing it in waves with good defenders, checking them one-on-one, and then doubling and tripling them. And Durant, his focus seems to be, to me, he's trying to be an all-around player, a la LeBron James. I got to set the plays, get my guys into their sets, also looking for guys even off of a scoring option and scoring. He's doing all this to be the leader. Remember when James Harden was there, when they had their big 3, James Harden was the primary point guard. He had taken that role on. Kevin and Kyrie they could just do what they do. Even though Kevin's a naturally unselfish player and is going to pass at times, James Harden had the primary role of point guard. Now, Kevin has taken on that role exponentially more. Kyrie Irving, who is best served, as we saw in Cleveland and throughout his career, especially even recently with the Brooklyn Nets down this stretch trying to make the playoffs, he is most useful as a score first option, who will pass, not that he can't pass, he's a savant out there, but score first. So with Kevin Durant taking on these duties, I think that's what's confusing them. I think for them to make an adjustment, if Kevin Durant is going to improve, it's going to have to come from him and Steve Nash coming to the conclusion that they need to figure something out. Now, Ben Simmons coming to the team, if he actually plays, that'll solve a lot of issues because Ben Simmons can be a primary ball handler a lot of the time, even though not all of the time. And I'm not saying take Kevin off the ball completely as far as making decisions on running sets, but not the primary guy. They might need to, until Ben Simmons is available, if he's available, put Goran Dragic in the starting lineup, let him get Kyrie and Kevin going, and then throughout the game at times, Kevin, Kyrie can take turns handling the ball, being the one. But for the most part, let Goran Dragic to start and down the stretch to finish be the guy bringing it up, getting them in their sets, so Kevin and Kyrie can focus on being the killers and assassins that they are on the floor. No, I truly don't think that Boston Celtics are Kevin Durant stoppers or Jason Tatum is a Kevin Durant stopper, but it sure looks like it. Right now, I will tell you this, I've watched too much basketball in my time to think that this performance, these last two performances, writes the story on Kevin Durant. I've seen him too much and seen too much basketball. That's not the case at all. But what I will tell you is, in the book of Kevin Durant, there's a hell of a chapter being written right now. And right now, Jason Tatum, the head coach, and the Boston Celtics, the defensive player of the year, they're writing the story. It's time for Kevin Durant and Steve Nash to snatch that pen and start writing their own chapter right now before we get to the end of this chapter. Holla at your boy. Let me know what you think. Will the Nets get swept? Will they make this a series? Will they win? What's going to happen? All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is. J-Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell on YouTube. Comment, let's go back and forth. I love to talk sports. Remember, I'm on Instagram as well, at The Vault JMU414 on Twitter. And of course, what's up, TikTok? Holla at y'all next time.